In this video, I'm going to give you an introduction to financial modeling, and we will discuss financial modeling best practices. There are different types of financial models you can build, and the most famous and widely used financial models are three-statement model, DCF model or discounted cash flow analysis, LBO model, which is leveraged buyout analysis when the deal is financed by a large amount of debt to acquire the company or to merge with a company, M&A model for mergers and acquisitions deals, trading comps model, trading comparable model, where to evaluate the company, we compare several companies that are the same size and in the same industry. And transaction comps model, where we compare different M&A transactions or that has happened recently, and similar to the transaction we are considering doing, and we want to evaluate effect of this merger and acquisition deal. And other types of models. But these are types of models that we will actually build in this financial modeling topic with different videos. Let's take a look at the model structure and design choices for the financial models. It can be one-tab model where income statement, balance sheet, and cash flow statement are located on one tab of an Excel spreadsheet. Usually it's useful for smaller models, for example, DCF models. Multi-tab model works for bigger models, and it uses cross-sheet links, which uses more Excel memory. So in this case scenario, your income statement is on one tab, balance sheet on another tab, cash flow on another tab, and so on and so forth. An example of that model would be leverage financial models and other types. It usually used for a really large models where if you put it on one tab, it will take thousands and thousands of rows and would be difficult to navigate. And that's why in this case scenario, you would build multi-tab model. Let's talk about basic steps when building financial model. First, you need to input historical data. Usually you would take financial statements of the company, 10K and 10Q for that, and just take historical data and input it in your financial model on Excel spreadsheet. The second step would be calculating value drivers for historical years. The third step would be making value drivers assumptions for projected years. Here you would base these projections on historical value drivers calculations and some information you can find in financial statements of the company, some predictions of management for the future years. The fourth step would be calculating projected line items for usually 3 financial statements and some schedules you might have in your financial model, such as debt schedule, working capital schedule, and so on and so forth. And after the model is completed, the final step would be stress testing the model, make sure it works properly and there are no errors in it. There are some Excel tips for financial modeling we would advise you to follow when building a model. First of all, try to limit or eliminate the use of the mouse. Keyboard shortcuts are so much faster. You can build a model 10 times quicker with the shortcuts compared to using the mouse. In addition to that, we advise you to incorporate a blue font for hard-coded and inputs numbers, such as historical numbers from financial statements, for example, or some assumptions, but formulas should stay black. This hard coding helps you to navigate through the model and know where you can find hard-coded numbers and where you can find formulas in it. Also, we advise you to keep formulas simple and break down complex calculations into steps. Make use of cell commands Shift plus F2 function 2 for explanations, so the model would be easy to follow for you when you come back to it later, as well as for the other users. And recommended setup for your Excel spreadsheet would be automatic except for data tables for workbook calculations, because if you put just automatic and you have lots of data tables in your models, it will slow down your Excel dramatically. So if you put manual every time to recalculate the model, you would need to press F9 function 9, which is annoying. So the best option would be automatic except for data tables option. You would want to enable iterative calculations as well for the models with iterations. So that would work perfectly for you. And overall, financial modeling is a combination of your accounting knowledge and your Excel skills. Combining these two would make you a great financial modeler.